I hope you enjoy these words of encouragement today. I was reading in 1 Peter chapter 2. It says, as you came to him, that would be Jesus, the living stone, rejected by humans, but chosen by God and precious to him. You also, like living stones, are being built up into a spiritual house to be a holy priesthood, offering spiritual sacrifices to God through Jesus Christ. The scripture says that I lay a stone in Zion, chosen and precious cornerstone, and the one who trusts in him will never be put to shame. Then it goes on into verse 9 and it says, but you are a chosen people. Talking about us now. A royal priesthood, a holy nation, God's special possessions, that you may declare the praises of him who called you out of the darkness and into that wonderful light. Sometimes we live and exist in places that are challenging to walk in our faith. I have worked in some spots sometimes where being a Christian wasn't the easiest thing to do. You were challenged, you were pushed and pulled by those moments in life. And people ask you, so how do you live out your faith in those moments? And I'll tell you, at one time in my life, I probably struggled in those moments about how I truly lived into my faith when the pressure was on to be something different. But it is interesting to me when I live today, and I spend more time in this. I spend more time in prayer. And the greater I do, that becomes much easier for me to live, no matter the circumstances that I find around me, into being exactly who God has called me to be. Look at, it says in verse 5, it says, you are a holy priesthood, offering spiritual sacrifices acceptable to God through Jesus Christ. You nor I will not offer any burnt offerings, except maybe off of our barbecue grill. And I hope you don't do that. But we should be offering our lives as a offering back to God of how we live because of who we are. So often, we forget exactly that we are a royal priesthood. We are a special possession of God. When times are difficult and you have unknowns in your life, recall exactly who you belong to and who you are in that belonging. When I went away to college, my dad told me, he said, I want you to remember your last name. Because wherever you go, no matter what you're doing, you'll always be an Elmore. He said, even more specifically, you'll be John Elmore. John Elmore Jr. Remember who you are. Now, I don't carry on that piece so often of who I am as John Elmore anymore. But I should always remember that I am a child of the King, that I am chosen by him, a royal priesthood. And when I live into that, it can make how I walk a totally different experience in life. I hope you have a great Monday. God bless. See you soon.